It started as a normal afternoon. My daughter was in the backyard, laughing and playing, when two men in what looked like official uniforms walked up to our gate. They claimed to be from the HOA, some kind of authority, and said they were taking my daughter for a supposed violation. My heart stopped. I asked for IDs, paperwork, anything, but they waved me off with fake confidence. I could see right through them. These weren't real officers. They were imposters playing at power. I crouched beside my daughter, keeping her calm while my mind raced. They didn't know her dad isn't just an average parent. I've trained elite soldiers. Everything I learned from the Green Berets came flooding back. This was about to turn into a showdown. I stayed calm, hiding the storm of anger and fear brewing inside. My daughter clung to me, sensing danger but trusting I could handle it. The imposters tried to intimidate us, waving papers, shouting orders, and using every tactic they could think of. But I could read them like an open book. Their confidence was fake, their threats hollow. I began assessing their weaknesses, noting their hesitation and overconfidence. My heart pounded, but my mind stayed sharp. Every step, every gesture, every word counted. They had chosen the wrong target, and they had no idea. The balance of power was shifting, even if they didn't see it yet. I slowly positioned myself between my daughter and the fake officers, making sure she felt safe. My voice was calm but firm. Step back. Now. Their eyes widened. They weren't used to someone standing up to them. I stayed silent for a moment, watching their reactions, calculating. Every muscle I'd trained for years kicked in. Strategy, control, anticipation. They were amateurs playing at authority, and I was the real threat they hadn't prepared for. The tension was almost unbearable, like waiting for a storm to break. But I didn't need to act rashly. I just needed to assert control and make them realize they were outmatched. One of them tried to step closer, thinking intimidation could force me to back down. I grabbed a nearby object, not to harm, but to show capability. Suddenly, their bravado faltered. I called out their lies, exposing every flaw in their story. Each word cut through their facade like a blade. My daughter watched, wide-eyed but relieved, sensing the tide was turning. The imposters realized they weren't dealing with a scared parent. They were up against someone who could anticipate every move, predict every bluff. Their panic became obvious. This wasn't just a confrontation. It was a lesson in overconfidence. I reached for my phone, pretending to call the real authorities. They froze. It didn't matter if I actually called. It was the symbolism that mattered. Their fake power was crumbling, exposed for everyone to see. I stepped closer, calm but unyielding, and said, "Leave my property, now, and don't come back." Slowly, they backed away, finally understanding that this family was not to be messed with. My daughter hugged me tightly, and I felt a wave of relief. But beyond relief, there was satisfaction. Justice had been served without a single punch thrown. Once they were gone, I called the real authorities to report the incident. My daughter sat next to me, safe and reassured. I realized how dangerous it is when people pretend to have authority, thinking fear works. But courage, preparation, and presence of mind can turn the tables in an instant. That day wasn't just about protecting my daughter. It was about showing that a family who stands together can face any threat, even imposters pretending to wield power. The fake officers drove away, humiliated and exposed, and I knew one thing for sure. They had learned the hard way not to mess with us.